Good morning, everybody. It's Marty the JavaScript Party. Rhett's out in the living room because it is Tuesday, the 30th of June. I think tomorrow's the 1st of July, right? Is today the last day of the month? Yep, tomorrow is the 1st of July. July 4th is in a couple of days, which is the United States' 250th birthday. And I remember the 200th birthday. And I guess I was about 8 years old. I've been thinking about it a lot. And I remember really wanting to make it to the tricentennial. So I'm halfway there. Only 50 years ago. And then I'll be. I just remember everyone talking to people about the bicentennial, like the centennial. They're like, "Do you remember the centennial?" Like, "Oh, yeah." And they would describe what things were like and all that. And I was always just like, it was amazing how much it changed, right? Like between 1976 and 1876, just massive changes. And I would say that it's probably almost as big of changes probably between 1976 and 2026. It's been pretty massive changes in the world. All right, so I'm working on unit tests, and I thought we had gotten to 100% on um, all but one. Oh, I guess not. I guess we still have one to do over here. So it looks like we have one. Oh, okay, so get mode from route information, and that takes a string, and it returns whatever is in the first values in the first position, which is actually the second string. So the first string is in the 0th position. The second string is in the first position. So I don't know if all the languages do that now. I know that, that has always been a bit of contention between languages. Some start at one, some start at zero. Um, it would be really interesting, actually, linguistically, to look into why that, what the friction there is. Like why can't everyone just settle on one? Is there like a mathematical advantage to starting at a zero or something? I don't know. Probably should. I've probably been told. Um, anyway, so we're trying to get this one should return a numeric edit ID, and this one should return the mode. So it is our function, and I don't know why I always forget. And does it even when I mouse over? Yeah, it doesn't know what it is. But this is what is the word for that? Assertion. And then this is the description. The first argument is the description. It should get the mode from route information. And then the second one is I can't even remember the name of that one either. Um, this is a function that you pass in that executes and supports these expectations. So basically, we're going to say const route information. What time is it? 8:44. I'm doing pretty good this morning. And then let's say Doom and Doom. We'll just do that. I guess we'll call it update. That'll probably be helpful in the future. And then const mode is equal to service dot get mode from route information. And we pass it in our route information. And then expect mode. I do feel like I have graduated a little bit because I used to always just get the coverage first and then write the expectation just because I couldn't quite converge those concepts together, and I finally can. Um, so I think that is a good sign. Let's see, to equal I guess we can even just say route information 1. So basically, I guess this will break if we just change the way things go. Like if we suddenly start sliding something different and we change this to return something different or like an object or something, like this will break, and I guess it'll be a nice little warning. To me, the biggest benefit at this point, at this stage, is the idea that um, see, I don't know why this thing runs sometimes on its own and sometimes it doesn't. Um, the idea that there's just like this time set aside. Wow. So it returned blank. We should have coverage now, though. Let's see. What? Maybe it doesn't generate it if it fails. I don't know. That was weird. Um, so mode, and then it returns mode, and that should be the first item, and we're passing with the route information. All right, well, let's try this first then. Let's see. We still get a failure. Do not get a failure. Okay. Oh, it calls check route information. And check route information requires that have a length of greater than 2. That is pretty cool. Now let's try it. To me, that's like the really neat thing, is like I said, I guess what I was saying a second ago, I really like the fact that this is like the time to understand every line of code inside and out. I think that's really cool. Right. All right. I guess this would be, let's see how much time. Yeah, I still have a few minutes. This would be a really good time instead of going over the next one to figure out what this dim one. I have one that's a little bit more dim than everything else. Like they're all like a kind of a dark green except for this one. And this one is called, wait, app layout should get the mode. Okay, wait a second. Wait a tick. Oh, and then we didn't actually do an expectation. Is there 2 of them? I felt like there was another one that was. Oh yeah, there's the other one right there. And see, actually, this is interesting. These little dots, because see, it does not run the same order consistently. Not that it really should, but it's just is a good thing to know because I think most people. This might be my first experience where 3 table component should toggle. So I'm going to look up should toggle. Is it this one? Yeah, I got a real mess in here. I think it was just should toggle by itself though. So I think it must be this one here. Yeah, 3 table component spec, should toggle. What does toggle row return? A Boolean. I'm assuming it always, okay, so the best way to do this, I think, is I'm trying to actually find the code, right? So toggle row should be in here. Toggle row returns a Boolean, which is the 3 type, row 3 type. That's a Boolean, huh? Oh no, it returns the result from this expanded role. This expanded rows of the three type. I'm guessing the three type. Okay, so I'm just going to expect it to be true and see what happens. Ooh. So we're going to say const result. I don't even know what this is equal to. Then we're going to expect result. Expect result to be. I think it's true. I don't know if it's running. It looks like it's running. Detected. It says it's rebuilding. See, this never reran. It doesn't seem like. Although I don't see any of the. Oh no, there it is. Yeah. See, this is still the old one, I think. It said expected false. Okay, so it to be false. Now I don't like. I know like my sort of rule of thumb is like this is the time to unit test is the time to like understand line by line what everything does. But the thing is in this case, it's not really like that's not what I'm working on this area. So I don't think that rule really applies. All right, I don't see any of the light gray ones. Now, let's go back to here. We're at all hundreds. Let's go to all files. Hit reload. Is it still running? What? That's weird. Let's rerun this again. Oh, cancel. I don't know what is going on. This thing seems like it's freaking out. Some of your tests did a full page reload. Yeah, I think I have completely screwed up the system at this point. Let me bring it down. I imagine our the people that run the oh my goodness. That went real bad. Yeah, the people that run our financial system probably wish they could do a reset that easily. Control C, reset. But yeah, I don't know what is some. I don't know if it's because of the way I did that refresh, and it was like kind of complaining that I was doing a refresh. Not sure, but this is taking a while. Let's see if we can reload this. These are just sort of things I've learned. See, is this thing done yet? Nope. Still trying to figure it out. Oh, I guess it's this down here. I need to have a. No, that's not. It's this one. It's amazing how often this sort of thing happens where you're just like, everything's just cranking along, just perfectly fine. And then out of nowhere, things just start misbehaving. And update. And that's still one. And that was the thing that caused that whole rabbit hole. Now I have a new rabbit hole that I have to go down before I can move forward, I think. And that's, I've definitely learned that with ThreeJS, you really want to have the group in the hierarchy. So right now, if you look at my interfaces, and I just don't, sometimes, I mean, I've been thinking about it. Sometimes I think this is going to be like a huge, it's just going to be so disruptive, such a disruptive thing. And then other times I'm just like, oh no, it's going to be pretty simple. I'm coming up with like sort of different approaches, but actually the next thing is going to be, I did decide the next thing is going to be to upgrade to Angular 22 and then do the refactor. So who knows when I get back to this stuff again. Which all I want to do is build this little guy around here and then have a couple of icons. That's all I wanted to do. But then it was like, oh, I need to break these down into um, components. And all right, so oh, it's still not. Why is this? It is really acting. Okay, here we go. That's like the other thing is I don't usually run it in that sort of match uh, you know process. The process I just did, I kind of usually come at it differently. So maybe it just looks weird because I've just never been paying attention at that point or something. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, what is the dill? That is just so weird. There we go. Okay, that, I don't even know what that was. So the browser was very, very confused. Look at that. Look how close we are. All right. So I think there's only one now that has issues. Yeah. So we have full coverage on everything but one. And this is going to be easy, I think. All we have to do is create an app layout component object and make sure it has a native object at viewer view and native element, and we'll get a true back. This one is very fascinating to me because I'm going to call this, and then I guess yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to see how this one works out. But anyways, I got a few minutes before work, so I should probably log off. I can't believe I'm going to be on time to work today. That'll be perfect. Usually I'm like within minutes of being in time, but because I just have not been feeling well lately. I mean, that's really the main reason. But I feel pretty good. So anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.